Start streaming. Hopefully that catches on. Come on now. Come on now. That. Fine. Okay. Hopefully that works. Oh, you never know with these things, man. I give up. I give up. I give up. Clicky, clicky. That's right. Now I'm back. Okay, good. Oh my God. Game over. Yeah, really though. I forgot the spoon. I'm sorry. So anyway, we're back. Jesus. No, it was... I give up. I'm done. I don't want to do settings no more. The settings and oh God, the settings. Oh God, the settings. Well, I think it is YouTube. I think you're right, Jer. YouTube's picking up the tunes in the background and saying, oh, no, can't have that. No, shut it down. Shut her down. No, playing copywritten fucking shit. Well, see, the thing is, the mix that I'm playing, it's covers of stuff. So, yeah, it might be copywritten, but it's not by the original creator that created the fucking tune. Is that a bebze? No, it's not a bebze. It's a moose light. All right, that's not a bebze. Not a bebze. If it's a Pepsi, it's tasting quite weird. No, I ordered up some beer. I was gonna have myself a night. I'm just taking a chance to sit down and have a night. That's what I'm doing. I'm sorry, everybody. Welcome back. I'm sorry. I know things are stupid. Damn it. Well, these things happen. It happens all the time. You lose a stream. The stream health is just not cool, and you're looking at it from my perspective. And I'm looking at about 3 different screens right now, and it's looking better now than it was before. I just hope the quality's okay. It's a constant struggle, everybody. So bear with me. I'm sorry. I'm still working out the kinks and ironing out this and trying to figure out this and pulling my own hair out going, calling Tone on the phone going, hey, listen, man. Hey, man. This doesn't work. Can you, fuck. Like, yeah. He knows a hell of a lot more about this stuff than I do. I'm still learning. So it could be anything at that point. It could be either the stream on YouTube, which... Excuse me, I'm still sticking by that 9 times out of 10. And this is what I believe. It is YouTube, because YouTube sucks. It sucks. And the settings that I have to go through on OBS, it blows. So, it's suck and blow. It's enough to drive a man crazy. Seriously. And I can see how. Now, full-time vloggers, I don't know how they do it, and I don't want to know how they do it, but I'd like to get the same quality. However, it's a lot of work in the background. So, sorry. Welcome back. Welcome back to the stream. Everybody's favorite good guy. Hey. I don't know, man. I forget where I left off. I'm so sorry. Jerry says same lyrics though, and the same rhythm maybe. It's quite possible. I mean, yeah. AI is a funny thing, isn't it? Like, some things will pick up a lot easier than others. And, I mean, I should really stop playing music in the background anyway, because, I mean, me. But, it is what it is, man, I guess. I've tried everything 3 times from Sunday, and it doesn't matter, because either way, it's just gonna it'll fuck with your shit. Now, I mean, Fish, if you're still here, can you give me some pointers on music, whether to play in the background or not? Because, I mean, you used to play some music and stuff, and I'm sure YouTube gave you a hard time, but YouTube always gave you a hard time. It just depends on, yeah, you're right. Depends what you're playing. Jared says, video's still glitching when Ken is in screen? Oh, that's interesting. Okay, I'll check the settings one more time, but I'm done with the settings after that. I'm not doing nothing. No more. No more. I quit. I give up. I don't care anymore. I do not care. I'm going to change that right there because I see what could be the problem. Yep, that might be it. Change that back to that. Let's try that for a second here. Go back into the settings again. Like, y'all don't know. Be very thankful. Is that what I wanted on? Yes. Changing the settings here. Nope, we don't want to mess with that. Okay. And then I bet you I think I might know what the problem is. Hold the front door. Why don't we take this off? I'm taking that off because we don't really need it. Okay. Let's see how that works. Let me see here. Nope, don't give a damn about that. Don't care about that. Okay, clicky clicky. All right, let's try that. I hope that works. Hopefully it's working. Still doing it? Well, there's not much I can do, Jer. Tonight just might be a glitchy night. Who knows? It's not. Okay, I'll check another setting. Hold on. Nope, it's not that. Let me see. Okay, so what if we do this? Okay. Nope, everything looks fine on my end. Every 7-ish seconds? That's not good. Okay, I'll tell you what. That's not good. So let's put that back down to 4,000 kbps. Because I'm also watching the drop frame rates too. Hold on. Because that'll tell me right there. If it gets worse, then I know what to do. If it gets better, which it's getting better. Hopefully that helps a little bit. Okay. Anyway, what was I saying? Getting back to what I was... Okay, yep. Drop frame rates are dropping. That's a good thing. Let's take a look at the stream health here. It says excellent. And that. You see, the thing is, and another thing. I'm really surprised I haven't gone off the deep end yet, because holy shit balls. All of this stuff is enough to make a man go nuts. I mean, seriously. Like, I'm trying. I don't know what else to do. Like, and it seems good. Okay, that's all that matters. Holy Farkus. Farkus sitting on a ficus. Yeah. There you go. Right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we're already nuts. She put a little peanut emoji. My little peanut. Big bowl of peanuts. Exactly. Just a big bowl of peanuts. You put your hand in there and you're wrestling around and you find that dark peanut that always tastes really weird, but you eat it anyway. Yeah, I'm kind of like that. We're kind of like that, But you eat it anyway because it's a peanut. But that's the first one you pick out, which makes no sense. But you do it anyway because you're a rebel. It's not salty enough. Add some salt. Oh, where's my fucking spoon? My bad. I don't know. You can't earn them? You can't eat them. Oh, true enough. Yeah, Jared can't eat them. That was so... Dude, that was fucking stellar, man. Thanks for that. That really opened up my mind. But good. I'm happy to oblige. I'm saying, Well, I mean, okay, come up with a feasible explanation to ghosties like Casper, for example, the unfriendly ghost who I do not like and doesn't like me either, that likes to follow me around and, give me some random trouble. And just when you think something's working, the other thing doesn't work, and then this doesn't work, and then that doesn't work, but this works again. I'd like to hear your explanation, Em. I'm just saying, You're a mother of 3. God bless you. Hi. I've already had a stressful week, and it's only Wednesday. This is how serial killers are born. This is how they're made. That's a really bad joke, but you understand what I'm saying. It's gotta be tighter. Dance, motherfucker. So, it is what it is. Kev says, much better, now more blinking. What? Now more blinking out, it might be copyright songs, they shut you off. Okay. No more music then. Let's see if that works. Because I bet you that will work, but that's really going to be boring and suck for all of us, isn't it? There's nothing copyrighted on what I was just playing, though. I mean, the mix, maybe, but it's not licensed. It's not licensed. YouTube, leave me alone. It's not licensed. That's why I picked it. Obviously. Now you watch. Everything's smooth. Watch. You watch. Yep, even the drop rates went down too. I noticed that. Mm-hmm. Oh well. Guess we'll just sit here in silence and listen to me bitch about random subjects. And another thing, when it comes down to music, you're not allowed to play it for whatever God-given reason. Well, all I can do is try. And that's how my week's been going. One more time. Here, flip. Okay. Marshmallow peanuts are another story. Okay. I don't like marshmallows, but I'm sure they're good with peanuts. I mean, salty, sweet, I get it. Not going there. You can pretty much feel where that was about to go, but that's not what... No. Back on track real quick. Okay, real fast. Take 2. Marshmallows, don't like them. Never get into marshmallows. Lucky Charms, though. That's not a real marshmallow. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck if I get heat for saying that. I don't give a damn. Those are not real marshmallows. Yes, they are. You just have to add milk and recondense them and make sure that... Not a real marshmallow. They're good. And you can get them at the bulk barn. Oh, yeah. You can get a bag of those fucking things. I like cashews. I said that in I like turtles sort of a way. Didn't mean to. But I like cashews. The salt and pepper cashews. Oh, my God. And by the way, don't buy the what is it? The spicy dill cashews. They're no good. There's barely any spice to them, and you barely taste any dill. You can barely even taste the cashew. I don't know why. Excuse me, but the salt and pepper cashews, awesome. Awesome. Planters make some good cashews too. They're my favorite. Jer says the blue stuff is okay, never glitched, which is kind of funny because that's copywritten. Now, what's even worse though, even the aftermath of, going live is one thing, but the replays, like to have it still on the channel, like when you can go back and watch it, it's blocked or partially blocked in certain countries. That's where it gets weird. It's like, okay, so you'll let me do it live, but then to go replay it, so when I'm not live, but it's still on the channel, but to go replay that again or play it back, certain countries can't see it. What German drunken gynecologist came up with that fucking theory? Because I'm going, okay, so you can do whatever you want live, okay? And that's fine until they catch you and it cuts you off, all right? I get that. But there have been people that have gone live that have murdered people on camera that haven't been caught to shut them down. The footage is still out there. But yet, somebody like me, and like us, like, you know, people like us, listening to stuff in the background, have the hardest time to get playback because of copyrighted music, but yet you can't watch in a certain country. No wonder I drink. I'm like, okay. Google, you might want to rethink who you just purchased, and you might want to loosen the fucking strings on that one, because you're not making any sense. Sooner or later, there's going to be lawsuits, and I believe they've already happened, and that's why the YouTube's really cracking down on blah, 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 and I get that. But why pick on a channel like ours in a dark corner of the internet? Like, okay, you got something better you could be doing? Like, you know, we're not malicious, we're not out to get nobody, like, but you're going to shut down some of the videos or completely block some of them. I've had to, you remember Em, had to re-edit one of them because of copyrighted music, or it was a Sade song, or two of them rather. And I'm like, really? So I had to go back through, edit it, cut out the audio just to repost it so you could play it back. I had it then. That was the last straw for me. I said, okay, listen, you know, I don't edit. I don't even want to get in editing. Doing audio and visual stuff just to do this is bad enough. I couldn't imagine myself, because I'd be sitting there, oh God, you know what I mean? Why? I could not imagine. I couldn't imagine. It's like me owning a cell phone. It's the same fucking theory to me. And I said it to a few days back, and they're looking at me going, you know what, Ty, you're right. Well, it's true. Like, it'd be the same thing. Like, what the fuck? Why? It's needless. It's needless. Yet, YouTube seems to deem it fit to pick on our channel because we're doing something wrong. But yet, they're really quick to point that out with us. But you go to another channel, like I said, people have died on camera. Don't ask me how I know this, by the way, because I'm not going to reveal that information. Well, when you rabbit hole, you see some pretty weird shit that you can't unsee. But a lot of it doesn't make any sense, and that's my point. So they let that happen. But really? The world's being taken over by AI. Oh, sweet, merciless Jesus. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't write the stuff. I don't make this up. But see, since I stopped the music, everything's smooth now, isn't it? Is that not smooth? You know? Marshmallow peanuts. I don't know, man. You know, no. The marshmallow bananas, that was one thing, but I hate anything banana flavored. But I used to eat those when I was younger. It makes no sense, I know. Yeah, but I'm the same guy that hates cucumber but loves dill pickle. I don't know. We're good? Okay, awesome. Isn't that funny? Yep, the drop frame rates went down too. I changed the setting in there. I knew what was going on. That's funny. That is funny. I don't know, man. This world's fucked. It's upside down, but I was just saying this to Tone earlier today. This world's upside down, but it's even worse than that. It's just convoluted. And it's just getting worse and worse from here, you know, where things that you grew up with, that you thought you knew, well, you've got to retrain yourself now, because everything that you were taught was half-truth. And if it wasn't half-truth, it's complete falsity. It's a fallacy. You have to retrain yourself to know the difference in between indoctrination and education. So, again, I'm surprised I'm not a shooter on the roof going, it's got to be tighter. You know, and then picking my target. You know what I mean? And now that I said that, this channel will be shut down. Watch. It was a joke, YouTube. Take it easy. Next thing you know, there'll be a 24 SWAT team showing up at my fucking door saying, "Get him on the floor!" And I'm not far off when I say that, you know, because, you know, and that's the thing when I was saying earlier, you don't know your own audience. Like, you don't really, you never know who's watching. You never know who, you know, would take your words and twist them, you know. It's like, okay, well, if they have nothing better to do than sit in their underwear with their fucking hand down their pants. Wait, they're not wearing pants, it's just underwear. You know what I'm saying? Eating their Cheetos and fucking making their fucking thighs orange, you know, by watching a channel like ours. Great, good for them. You know what I mean? Kim says, easy tie, don't piss off YouTube. I think I already have. But they've pissed me off enough times. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I really don't, you know. It's almost like YouTube just, you know, lets me keep doing what I'm doing in spite. And then they're watching and saying, okay, no, you said too much. You can't do that. And then that's when they start playing with the channel. It's getting to that point where it's like dance, puppet dance. You know, we own you, we control you. It's like, no, you don't. I use your service, sure. But no, you know, I'm not paying for. It'd be different if I was paying for a subscription or something like that, or like, you know, a monthly thing where it's like, you know, YouTube Premium, for example, which is a total crock of shit. But, you know, no ads though. Okay, fine, but I'd rather sit through a minute and actually I've got to be careful what I'm saying here because I hate ads. Depends what you're watching and the length of the video, which is fine. I try to skip over as many ads as I can, but I'd rather skip over as many ads as I can than giving YouTube X amount of dollars per month just to have them treat me like shit like they always have to begin with. I have a few things to say about it. So if I'm pissing YouTube off, great. You know, what have they done for me? Nothing. Nothing. You know, I mean, they sent me an email once. YouTube did. It's really funny. You know, about, you know, keep up the good work in your channel and stuff like this. And I was just starting out at that point. I remember that too. And, you know, I applied for monetization and all that stuff. And just to say, not to say, but to see if I could. And I used to get a cup of coffee a month for doing this, or vlogs for the most part. And now I can't because I have to re-meet different requirements to get back up to that. I'm like, fuck it, man. I don't give a fuck. You know, I do this for free. You know, like, and I always would do it for free. God bless you, Kev. Thank you. And, you know, Flav, you too. And, you know, this is something I'd normally do anyway. But YouTube always wants to give me a hard time for posting up shit that they can't control because, well, there's a reason why. And believe me, on my end of the fence, I know what I'm doing. So there's no need to be worried about pissing off YouTube, Kev. Trust me. But, and you can. They've tried to do some pretty funny shit. And I'm like, no, because it's against their own guidelines. So they've tried to cross the line a few times. And remember one time they tried to put a copyright strike. My very first strike, it never went through, by the way. This is still strike free, this channel. And even if they did give me strikes, man, I just create another one. I don't give a fuck. I really don't give a shit. So they tried to nail me for the same sort of thing. So it was a song I put in a vlog. I wasn't live. I was vlogging. There was a song in the background. They tried to really nail me for it. And this is when they were really clamping down at first, like the AI was. So it's not even a real person fucking doing this. It's not a human being. It's controlled by the network, which I've read into, and I know. I happen to know what's going on there. Again, it's the difference between education and indoctrination. But see, they know that, so I appealed it. You know, it was just a warning. Actually, it wasn't. No. They were trying to do a full strike. I'm like, no, and then I sent them back a message or an email through YouTube, and I said, no, we're not having that. No, because what you said and what I actually did was completely different. And they will use every excuse in the book, trust me, to nail you for something, anything. They'll try to come after you for anything. They'll go guttural, believe me. Yeah, that's not going to work here. That doesn't work here. We're a bit smarter than that. So, but the fact that they keep, giving me a hard time just for doing what I'm doing, it's like, go pound sand, man. Go fly a fucking kite in a lightning storm. Like, go make yourself useful in fucking traffic, Fuck it. Like, fuck off. You know what I mean? Like, go pick on somebody else, They keep trying, though. They've tried before. They keep trying. We ain't going nowhere. Not if I have anything to say about it. And I always said, this channel's not just about me. It's about all of us, which is true. So I'll defend us. I'll defend us all. I'll do it myself, It's really screwed. Like, unless you're doing this on a full-time basis, or like you've done this for a long time, such as myself, you'd know the difference. You'd see it for yourself. But for those that just don't know, they don't know. And these are the same ones that always like to critique what I'm doing, and because they have never made a video in their life, and if they did, it was on an old-fashioned camcorder when they were kids. You know what I mean? Like, they don't barely use social media, but when they do, it's always for something belligerent. It's always like a backhanded compliment, right? I'm going, okay, yeah, no, that's not the way that works either. That don't fly. So people can say or try to do what they want to do, and I don't know if it's people reporting me. I have no fucking clue. It just, they tried, but it didn't go through. It didn't work. And there's a few reasons why that didn't work. So I happen to list out a few reasons why that's not legit. And they had no choice but to accept it. So, this is what happens when you try to stay off the radar. I'm not going to purposely go out of my way to, stir the pot or nothing. That's not how I handle things. Of course, because you want to keep these things going. But I mean, again, if anything happened to this channel, I'd just create another one. So bring it on. I'm not that scared. I'm not afraid. YouTube has screwed me around so many times. They tried to. Almost worked. I'll give it to them. Almost worked, because it's all about the money. It's all about finding the money. I mean, good for Google. Way to go for them. Yeah, it didn't work. And I knew for a fact it wouldn't have worked. And I told them exactly why. And there was a few reasons. None of which I'm about to say on camera now. But, no, it didn't work. Everybody that has money in this world, it's beyond the 1%ers, are full of shit. They'll use people to get what they want, and it's all about money. And the human spirit means nothing. I'll say that much. It's all about corporations and profit and what they can do to get profit from a human spirit. So it doesn't work here. So don't piss off YouTube. It's probably too late for that. Like I was saying to Ted earlier, I really wish I could fly off at the handle and just say what I really mean to say. But yeah, I don't think this channel would last too much longer if that was the case, because you piss off YouTube. And you're right, you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. But maybe I do. Maybe I do. I just choose not to at the time. It's nice having options. It's nice to choose for yourself. That's what the whole point is, isn't it? Human spirit can be pretty goddamn resilient, which I'm proud to say. So, yeah, it's corporations, man. It's all about money. It's all about greed. It's all about who owns what and who owns who. Slavery. That's what it is. No, I don't give a fuck. That's exactly what it is. So, They can try all they want to. Like, yeah, we're going to put a strike in your channel because of. Wait a second. That's a pretty random fucking thing to be giving me a strike for. And I let them know. But yet I've played this song before, and it was a returning song. I won't say which one it was. But I played this before, and it was okay. But now it's not okay? So I called them out on it. They left me alone. So. Or so I thought. So maybe that is why it's glitching out. Who knows? See, that's the thing. We don't know. Because again, it could be Jim Bob sitting in his fucking gotchi, sitting back there playing with his fucking nutsack. You know, putting his hand in a fucking bowl of peanuts. You know what I'm saying? Saying something like, we gotta fuck with him. Right? Easy there, tighty whitey. Right? So, I don't know. It could be many, many things. Y'all still with me? Y'all still there? Or you just listen to me, bitch? But true enough. It's, you know, it's always been a battle doing these, you know, and that's another reason why I don't like going live too much, because it's just, you know, thank you, Jer. You know, and that's another reason why. I mean, there's many reasons why, but I'll still do it because, you know, part of me is also the rebel saying, you know, fuck you, YouTube, go fuck yourself and fuck it. So, you know, it's more of a justification, I guess, to sit back here and bitch at the camera even more. So, but yeah, you're always taking a risk when you go live, and that's the other thing too. And that's something I keep in the back of my mind at the same time. And I've said this already countless times, you know. Kev says, I'm listening, hoping you don't get shut down again. Easy. No, I'm good. Well, as long as you're still there. No, everything's good. It's just fucking, you know, I'm not going to let nothing happen anyway. You know, that's for damn sure. I give you my word on that. No, it's fine. It does. It pisses me off, though, because, I mean, there's many more things that these conglomerates or these corporations could be doing instead of fucking, you know, going after stupid things. They could be focusing more on upgrading. Moron. I just caught myself saying that. Maybe I am. I don't know. They could be focused on other things like upgrading their system for the better, you know, user friendly. But hey, what do I know? Another glitch. Jesus. Never ends, man. See? So, that's all I got to say about that. Right? Letter glitch. I'm doing all I can on my end. You know, so. I don't know, man. I don't write this shit. I went off in a big rant about YouTube. But, you know, but it's true, because it's been, you know, grinding my gears, if I may say so, for years on end. And I'm going, okay, what's the point? What's it all for? You're good. Audio is good. Thank you. You know, it's odd to me. I never understood that. Especially when I was taking this seriously. I remember, I'll say this last thing. I remember starting out, and Kev, you were there. It was around the COVID era. Not to bring that up, but anyway, that's another rant for a different time. No, it was before that, actually. It was probably, oh geez, if I remember right. Yeah, I do remember, because the computer was still there. It was on a different computer desk. I had shorter hair, and it was pointed this way, like it used to be. Yeah, I do remember that. So around that time, I started taking vlogs more seriously. I wasn't going live then. And YouTube decided to do what they wanted to do to my channel, even though I wasn't playing music in the background back then, just for an example. But they still, how did they put that? There was like another warning or something like that. I don't remember exactly verbatim what the warning said. I got it by email through my Hotmail. Oh shit! What did they say? warning on your channel because I think it was like subject matter I was talking about at the time. But I was being pretty safe. Like I wasn't like, yeah, I think I'm worried about being too safe now. I was really safe back then. I didn't want to say too much to anybody, really, especially in a social media sort of setting, if that makes sense. And I remember them trying to give me a warning for subject matter that way. And then when COVID hit, and the reason this is why I brought it up, they tried to give me sensitivity training. They gave me sensitivity training, Kev, you'll appreciate this. Because of that one video I was talking about, et cetera, whatever it was, they made me take sensitivity training saying that COVID was real. They literally did that. They locked out my channel until I finished it's like a questionnaire thing. Like it felt like a survey, but you have to take this course through YouTube because you said this and I never said that. I even deleted that video. It was alive, actually. You might remember that, actually. They gave me sensitivity training just to reopen my channel. I can't believe I conformed and fucking did it. I should have just created another channel. Fuck them. So YouTube's been picking on me for years. For years. So, I mean, if they're going to come after me for whatever, that's fine. Let them come after me. They have no grounds to stand on. They really don't. Like, it's bullshit. So, it is what it is. Who knows, man? Who knows? I am totally just sipping on this beer. I don't know why. It was good. Oh, I don't know. I don't write these things. I don't make these things up. They just happen. So, there's another. Kev says, how's the moose piss? Pretty good. Actually, it's going down pretty pissily. Pissily. Pissily? Ty? Really? Oh, I love that sound, don't you? Pinkies up, winkies, clinkies. You watch. The reason why it's glitching is because I'm showing the label. Right? I don't know. It could come right down to that. You know, Superman stuff. That's copywritten too. You know, visually. Trademark symbol. Right up there. You can't see it, obviously, but it's right up there. It's literally where my finger's pointing. Yeah. Thanks, Jared Bex, by the way, for the shirt. I'm going to keep it up there because I'm keeping it up there. Oh, man, you never know. You never know. Clinkies. Gentle. Gentle. Let me put my hand over the label because you never know. Man, fuck them. Fuck them. If they're not going to let us, you know, hang out and be with each other and sit here and just have a decent evening, then, like I said, the guy with his hands down his fucking gotchis needs to go choke on his Cheetos. Right? If it is a person. Because they got nothing better to do. Right? You know, we're not out to harm nobody. We're not hurting anybody. I'm not out to get any other channels. I'm not, you know, trying to start beef with anybody else. I'm not being, you know, violent. I'm not trying to threaten anybody. It is what it is, man. That's what I'm talking about. So, yeah, they can pick on me all they want. Let them. You know? Let them get pissed off. Fuck them. That's not me being a rebel. That's just me being sensible. You know? There's logic to that, isn't there? Yeah. There's worse footage out there from different channels that should not be on the internet. That's all I have to say about that. But they let that happen, and there's nothing wrong with that. They'll let that fly. They'll keep that up on their site. But that's fine, right? I don't know, man. I've always found that funny, you know. I almost did could you imagine that? One of the 20-parter Rant to Own series. I almost did a Rant to Own on just that whole entire thing about social media and, you know, all that stuff. I almost did that, but that's another thing I had to stifle for, and that's, that's not something I wanted to do, is stifle. But you got to be careful, and I promise you I'm as careful as, well, I am a little bit careful. I'm not all the time careful. No, because I don't give a fuck. When you give a person that has nothing left to lose, they don't give a shit. That's where it gets dangerous. Excuse me. How's the moose pissed? It's coming back up. Well, pardon me. Jer says views, right? Absolutely right. Because it's all about views. But see, those channels are fine, right? And that represents the company. And that's good, right? And that's good for them because it gives them profit. Yeah, so I have a really good idea. I'm going to sit in my gamer chair in nothing but my underwear on. And please don't picture me when I'm saying this. I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about Mr. Joe Blow with his hand in the fucking peanut jar, or the peanut bowl, sitting in his underwear, going, yeah, let's fuck with him. Let's fuck with him. Let's get him. Just randomly, no God-given reason, just because. Because they have too much power. Easy there, tighty whitey. Who knows? It could be true. I don't want to fucking see it, but it could be true. But yeah, you're absolutely right, Jared. Views. It's all over, how can we spread our product out there? And that's how they choose to. By having something sadistic on camera, where there's a scene of a crime, but the crime hasn't been, nobody's been notified about it. It hasn't been called in. That doesn't get reported. No. But that's okay because it has 16 million views on it. I'm just throwing a number out there. And I'm just giving you an example. Straight out of my ass, by the way. But that gets views, but that's okay. Right? So let's take a channel that has been on for years. I mean, it's been around for a long time. That, when I say small channel, I don't mean to be condescending. I'm saying small channel because I know most of you that come in, and we all know each other, and in real life, and okay, if it gets 20 views, for example, okay, great, but that's all people I know. That's what I want. I don't want to be a 16 million view. I don't want to be part of the fucking oiled machine. Here's a fork, eat my fucking ass. You know what I mean? Like, that's not something I was in this for, and it's not something that, I mean, if something takes off, great, all right, but I'm not going to change who I am. We're not going to change who we are. We're not going to change hanging out like this. It doesn't matter, right? Jesus, I keep going off on a rant about that. Yeah, but it's true. Like, Jerry says people are deprived. Yes, they are. Yep. See, and that's the other thing. And another thing. Oh, Em, you are so right. And I love the fact that you are. They are deprived because they'll do anything. Some channels will do anything for views. Other channels, and I don't see many of them that are like this, that are just like chillaxed and, having a time, sitting back with your buddies and fucking, just shooting the shit. You don't see many of them, but there's a reason for that. And I think you're absolutely right, Jared. People are deprived. They're looking for their 15 minutes of fame, number one. That's not what I'm looking for. I don't care. I'm already out there, sure. And I mean, I could be in the dark web somewheres and people can fucking take my videos and edit them all they want to and fucking... Good for them. Good for them. I don't know, man. They want their 15 minutes of fame. They want to get their views so they can make, they can monetize everything on their fucking channels and they can fucking... Fuck off, man. Like, be real. It's just, that doesn't do it for me. It would be great to have the extra income, abso-fucking-lutely, But at least I want to, do that for the right purpose and earn that and not, just because, I don't know, I'm dancing around with a fucking fruit bowl in my head and whatever, and that gets, all of a sudden that goes viral. Like, that's not, No. I'd rather just sit here with all of you and, You know what I mean? That's what I use this for. It's not even just about me. I'm using this as a conduit so we can all fucking sit back and hang out. You know, when I vlog, great example. You know, yeah, it's about me because I'm the one recording myself and I'm putting it out there myself and me, sure. But I try to talk relative, you know, about relative subjects, or at least try to let you all know at the same time, you know, the update on what's going on in my life. Or, you know, I talk about certain things that you can all relate to. That's, you know what I mean? Like, no, Ty, can't do that. That's the wrong thing to do. You're not allowed to do that, and here's why. Okay, well, the reason you gave me as to here's why is bullshit. So I'm going to keep on doing it. Oh, besides, if I ever stopped doing this shit, could you imagine? Could you imagine? It's like the next person I go to date. There's going to be a Spanish Inquisition. Well, I'll get the same fucking treatment. You know, how come you're not? Oh, you better get your ass home right now and you turn that fucking camera on, god damn it, because fucking you, that's what you do. And so, damned if I do. Given the choice to, you know, either do this or not do it, you know, that's up for me to decide. Or at least I thought. But if I ever stop doing this, holy fuck. I used to watch that with my husband, for example. Great example, actually. I'm thinking about a couple off the top of my head. You know, and we used to, you know, have snacks to you, you know, sit there and we'd turn you on in the background and, you know, watch you on TV. I don't know why the fuck you guys would all do that. Guys and dollars, god damn it. Why would you do that? Too much time, first of all. And you became part of our routine, but now you're not going to do that anymore? Well, it's the same thing I was saying to Fish earlier, to Brother Ted. He doesn't do it anymore, but, you know, so I can understand the frustration. I understand that. But see, the reaction that I have, and I already said it, it's like I respect that decision. I get it. Because, you know, once the person that provides the entertainment has had enough, you got to respect that, because at least they've been doing it this whole entire time. You know what I mean? So I kind of get it, but given the choice, you know, given the choice to, I don't know, keep doing this or not do it no more, that's a good question. I think I might, just for now, just in case of backlash, I'm going to keep that answer to myself. It's a hassle. Like, it really is a fucking hassle just to, you know, post up videos on an internet site. It really is. I mean, yeah, it does take work and stuff like that, but is it worth it? I'm going to keep that answer to myself. I'll keep that to myself for now. Speaking of stifling, my tongue is bloody when I say that. No, you can't stop, Ty. God damn it. Who else will be fighting? Well, why don't you get a camera? God damn it, man. I'll give you one of mine. I have two sitting right here, and they work just fine. Have fun. You know, let me watch you for a change. You know, and I've said that the whole way through too. You know, let me see where you're coming from. I mean, and I'm in specific, I'm talking about people that have criticized, you know, every single fucking thing I say or do. It's like, okay, where's your videos? And you all know I've said that the whole entire time. But I can't say that, right? No. It's against morality. No. Against whose morality? Mine? No. Ours? No. No, that would be theirs. You know, everybody's a critic. I'm guilty, just as guilty, you know, when I say that too. So it is relative. I'm not saying, you know, because I'm not perfect either. Fuck you. Show me the perfect person, I'll show you a liar. You know, I've been watching a few people's channels here and there. They're small channels, you know, like they're really good at what they're doing. And, you know, I catch myself, and it's none of the ones that come in here, by the way, so everybody's safe. You know, I always support the ones that come in here because, well, obviously. But just like let's call it a B-side channel, for example. Like just something that's independent, that's where the normal that you would think I'd be watching, but I watch some of them. And I'm going, man, like, no. So I catch myself critiquing them. and maybe they're talking about a certain subject, or they're going about talking about something that maybe I'd talk about, or I have talked about before, and they have their own opinion. I catch myself too, because I catch myself being judgy sometimes, and it's not good. Like, but at least I catch it, and I'm going, Ty, take it easy, because you're doing the same thing. You're saying the same stuff, basically, just a different way to word it. Everybody's different, but at least I catch myself, and there's a certain level of understanding to that too, that you have to really sit back and take a look at, and you all know what I'm talking about, because you can all relate too. I'm sure you can, especially when you're watching me. You know what I mean? And fucking throwing monkey shit right at me. It's like, okay, but I understand that. I get it. But again, where's your videos? Where's your channel? But I catch myself, and I'm like, fuck, man, you shouldn't be thinking that way. Because, well, what about you, Ty? Right? Looking at myself in the mirror. What about you, man? You could say this better. You could do this better. You don't have to go off in a rant all the time. You don't have to come across as hateful, And I've gotten that from some people. Emma, thank you. Fair enough. And I probably could come across as hateful. I'm just being honest. But see, I don't make excuses, right? Because here it is what it is. Like, what I'm saying, I say. Like, that's how I feel. But I catch myself, and I'm going, fuck, maybe you're overthinking that, or you're going too far with it, if that makes sense. And it doesn't make any sense to me at the time, because it's not something I'd normally say or feel, if that makes sense at all. Thank you, Jerry. You're absolutely right. Rants are not always hateful. Well, I'd like to think so. Some of them can be. But if people go off in a rant, they go off in a rant. And that's a perfect example right there, right? So I'm watching these, B-side channels, we'll call them. I'll never name them, because they can be hateful, and it's very negative, very, very negative. But see, when I critique and judge them for being that hateful and that negative, I think that's a little different. I'm not saying it's acceptable, because you're still judging somebody. But what I'm saying is, like, sometimes it is some of the same stuff that I'd be saying. So, who am I to judge them? Right? So, part and parcel. Quid pro quo, right? It's the same thing. Jared says, in the eyes of those who watch. Exactly. It's in the eyes of the beholder. Absolutely. That's so true, But the fact that I at least catch myself judging somebody else for doing something like that should say something too. And I should exercise that, because I always practice what I preach, of course. And a lot of us good people, we do the same thing, practice what we preach, and at least we're honest, and we're upfront with each other, because what we say, we mean. Right? But it's a never-ending cycle of bullshit, because we're all on the same site, we're all doing the same fucking thing. YouTube treats them better, they might treat me like shit, and vice versa. They might treat them like shit, and they might treat me better. But I've seen the difference, and it's like, yeah, but we're still using the same site. But you can't figure out. You don't get paid enough with your 6 figures, 7 figures per year. You don't get paid enough to, notice the difference between both. It's like, nah, man. No. And nah. That's not the way I function. That don't fly here. Bullshit free. And it's fucking, man, I could say so much. I think I already have. But I could say so much to that. And I could mean it in specific ways where, yeah, I guess it would get me in trouble. But at the same time, do I really care? No. I couldn't give a flying monkey's ass. Couldn't give a damn. Jerry says perceptions are different. Absolutely. And that's exactly what I mean. Everybody's different. Everybody receives and puts things out different, for sure. We're all like a fingerprint. Jerry says to get paid is to sign a contract. Absolutely. Yep. Being told, how to dress, right. Yeah. No. No, that don't fly here. You're going to change yourself as an individual to placate and to please this conglomerate, say, that hasn't enough money that Jesus does. And not that I'm trying to equate Jesus to money. That's not what I meant, but you know what I mean. That has more money than the day is long, just so you can have a piece of that pie too. Well, okay, so selling your soul, what's that really worth? Nice tuxedo, by the way, right? Nice tie. Did you get that from Versace or Gucci? Nice handbag. You know what I mean? Like, that must be really expensive makeup you're wearing, dear, you know? Who told you to do that? Oh, no, well, I have to because it's part of my contract. Okay? So while you're buying all your nice and pretty things and completely convoluting yourself and forgetting who you really are, is it really worth it? What goes around comes around, man. Jared says certain number of videos per week or day. Abso-fucking-lutely. Yeah. I couldn't imagine, man. Like, it's hard enough to do one a week, you know, at this point for me now. I mean, yeah, I'm always full of hot air. I always have something to say. But, you know, 2-3 times a day? Like, who am I, Russo? Like, he can fucking fuck off too. You know? A grown-ass adult man who's almost 30, or maybe he's just above 30, still playing Roblox. I mean, yeah, I play Roblox too once in a while because it's stupid little games and whatever. But I'm not going to put that on the internet in a video. Something really creepy about that. But he's making 6-7 figures per year. But he still has to do, you're right, 2 videos a day. But see, that leads me back to my point. So a grown-ass man who's trying to cater to children, do I have to say anything there? And if I do, that's fucking sad. But YouTube picks on this channel. Okay. Hey! Fuck. This world's fucked, man. This world is upside fucking down. And it's getting worse. You know? So... But who are we to say anything? Who are we to say anything? I can't play music in the background. I wish I could. Because, you know what, Jerry? I am going to try to put on that bluesy stuff. Because it's bluesy stuff. And right now I'm in the mood that fuck YouTube and I don't give a fuck. And plus I'm testing out the frame rate too at the same time. So, good call, Jerry. Let's do... There's one I had... Oh, good call, Jerry. Good call. There's one I had. Yes. Let's see if this works. I'm going to play a little something before we take off out of here. I might do a lock tonight. I'm not sure. Sarah's working tonight, too. I'm going to try something. Let that bugle play a little bit. I'm going to try something. Yeah, baby. Getting all Frank Sinatra up in this bitch. Fuck yeah. Cheers to Frankie. Clinkies. Yep. I don't know, man. Kev says it's a different world, very difficult. Yes. It's not going to get any easier from here, I'm afraid. Yeah, that's a good point, too. Depends on a lot of different factors. People's stupidity. Oh, Jesus, I can go off on another rant here. I won't, I promise. Mentality of people, the difference between indoctrination and education. That kind of goes hand in hand, I would say, for a little bit of it. Mostly the mentality of people. That's what scares me the most. How ignorant this planet really is. I mean, and I'm saying this as a general. Like, we're surrounded by fucking idiots. Well, we fucking are. You know? Yes, it is nice, smooth music. And so far, the frame rate is fine. And so far, YouTube has left me alone because the stream says, excellent. I rest my case. I must have said something they either didn't like or liked. Now they're going to leave us alone. Good, they should. Yeah, it's for me. It's tough to say one thing because it's a big bunch of things. I truly believe in my heart that something happened around the same time as that eclipse that happened that split us. No, actually, no, it was years before that. I take that back. There was a shift that happened. And I still stand by this, and I believe this in my heart because I know it to be true. I won't say how I proved it, but I know it to be true. Where her and I started to, not to get into shit pun, but where her and I started to not see eye to eye, and I saw her go downward spiral real fucking quick. I'm not going to say how I proved it, but I educated myself throughout the years to really point out what was really wrong there. Like when it comes down to not only morality, but mentality. I've been studying human behavior quite a bit recently too. Like, and when I say recently, I mean within the last, 3 years up till this point, and I still do. Narcissism is a huge thing for me. It's actually one of my favorite words to use. Because we're surrounded by them, and it's ignorance. And again, I'm trying not to get off to a rant here because it'd be real easy for me. I'll try to be proper about it at least. We're surrounded by fucking morons and sheep and people that they're just not. My tongue's bleeding. My tongue is bleeding. Okay, I just want to say that for the record. Bloody tongue. But we're surrounded by fucking idiots who do know better, but they choose to do it the easy way. That's a fucking moron in my book. It's wasted potential, right? It's infuriating. It really irks me. Like you wouldn't believe. Right down to my core. Right down to my belief. That's how much it bothers me. When you see somebody that should know better, that does know better, but they don't live up to that full potential where they make better choices for themselves. Now, I understand that's influence, and that's a no-no. It's a sin. You can't influence somebody else to, no, come on, do it because I said you should do it. No, that's not what I'm saying. It's sad to watch. It's hard to see that. Because we're surrounded. Tone and I were just talking about this earlier. We're surrounded by fucking idiots. And that's what this world is run by. Fucking idiots. I'll catch the CBC News. I'll catch the CTV. I'll catch the, CNN. Really? Okay. Bah. You go to bed tonight, and I hope you sleep well, sheep. That's right. You count yourself. Yeah, and that's all they would. Because at the end of the day, when it comes down to survival mode, what do morons do? Answer me, motherfucker. What do morons do? You know what I mean? So, I don't know. I mean, yeah, people are different with perception, and everybody's like a fingerprint. I understand that. I get that. Everybody has feelings. I respect that. Okay? But if the shoe were on the other foot, do you think that they would be having the same conversation with you that I just said? That we have feelings too? No. Do you know why? I know a few reasons why. There's another reason why morons aren't here anymore. I'm just saying. Stupid is as stupid does, sir. Gump! How did you put that weapon together so quickly? I just did what you told me to. Oh, come on, focus. There you go. Autofocus. Yeah, the other issue. I don't know, man. Hey, what do I know? Cheers to that. That's right. But yes, Kevin is nice music. It's wonderful. Morons are inept. Yep. That's a good answer. That's a very good answer. Absolutely. Yeah, inept's a good word to use because that'd be the same thing that I'm thinking. Yep. I mean, indoctrinated. Indoctrination. It's another one of my favorite words to use lately because you see it all around you. Narcissism, we all have it. I've said it before, and I mean exactly that. We all have it. You know, it's just what we choose to do with that. You know, use our power for good or evil, right? Unfortunately, because we are surrounded by morons, the morons choose to use their power for evil. They're not going to help nobody else but themselves. And if they do help somebody else, it's because they're like-minded with them. They say strength in numbers. Yep. And that's why nice guys finish last. Because nice guys don't have numbers. Real people like us, there's a reason why it's a small knit group, because that's why. We're not morons. You know what I mean? We're real people. Does that make sense? You know, we're good, you know, good people with good hearts. But see, this is why, right back to what I was saying earlier, this is why I do this, you know, because I would choose not to, trust me. If it was up to me, you know, I'd say, fuck this, no more. No more. I'll just go back to life, you know, or lack thereof, whatever. You know, I could take a nap on the couch, fuck yeah. Or I could hang out with some decent people and actually feel good about myself because these people make me feel good too, and hopefully I make those same people feel good for themselves. It's not about me. I'm not in it for just me, you know. I give back to what I get, you know. Like, you see what I'm saying? 110%. Because we're not fucking morons. You know, people can say what they want to about me. And they will. You know, and I don't question that at all. Because I still keep hearing it to this day. I'm going, okay, what did I do next? And then, oh, what else? Oh, did I? Oh, Ty, you're silly. No, I didn't. Birds of a feather, man. You know, acceptance is also perception, too. You have to realize that. I've been thinking about that. I wrote that down, actually, right here beside me. It's right there in the notepad. Acceptance is perception. Excuse me, acceptance is also perception. I have to remind myself sometimes, you know, because I get lost out there once in a while, like a moron, right? And then I'm all trapped in my own shit, and I'm fucking, you know, I'm responsible for this, and I do this, and I work this fucking hard at this. But I have to at least remind myself, at least I know the difference in between, and I write things down enough to know, to remind myself that you're still real. You still have feelings. You deserve to be loved. You deserve respect. You deserve, you know, okay, all that. But at least the difference is knowing. I'm not indoctrinated. I'm trying to get myself out of indoctrination, back into education, because I do it for myself. Woke and awake are two different things. That's another thing. Oh, I could start another big rant about woke, too. Oh, my God. I won't. That's not for me to fucking say. My new name is Bloody Tongue. True story, though. Woke! But at the same time, this planet is starting to wake up. Like, they're starting to awaken, I mean. They're starting to wake up. The problem is, you know, again, that's another thing, right? And another thing. Holding up a spoon. Oof. I don't know, man. What? Yeah, exactly. It's evolution, baby! That's a great Pearl Jam song, by the way. Evolution. If you don't know it, you should. The music video, right on point with what I'm talking about. Yep. what do they call that? Oh, fuck, I can't remember the word. Technocracy? Technocracy, is that it? Look it up. If you don't know what Pearl Jam's Evolution is, look it up. Lyrics of the song, you know, great. The music video itself, awesome. Kev says, go woke. Oh my God. It's, you know, it's not for me to say. I don't have to say anything. It's right there. Like, you can see it for yourself. You know, those of us that are awake and aware, which we are. I'd like to think so, you know. Yeah, exactly. Awake, not woke. Those of us that are aware, we can see it for ourselves. I don't have to say nothing. It speaks for itself. It speaks for itself. I'm going to protest against this because I think I'm right about this. Oh, sweet Jesus Lord. You just wasted, again, your potential. You're focused on this when you should be focused on this. But again, that's influence. So you kind of cut off at every turn, aren't you? I'll pop the popcorn, man. I'll just sit back and watch where I'll fly. Jared, Bex, you guys bring the fireworks, all right? It's going to be a long fucking night. Hey, Kev, you want to strap down a fucking load of fireworks and bring it on up here? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We'll take care of it for you. Don't worry about it. You get a free light show. Yeah. I'll even start a campfire. Damn right. I haven't had a campfire in a long time. But Ty, you can't set off fireworks in the city. Watch me fucking go. Well, the bylaw says you're gonna follow the bylaw. Woke. I don't know, man. But again, am I the right person to say anything? Perhaps not. Do I feel like I'd be the right person to say anything? Nope. So I just keep to myself and get the free entertainment. Really. You know, sit back and go, okay. Shit, I wouldn't have done that if I were you. And I'm glad I'm not. I believe in defending the truth. And I will defend the truth with my life. I've already proven that. I will die for the truth. Not because I'm right, but I will die for what's right. I'm not afraid of that. Some people are. So, I'm not one of those people that are afraid. Jerry says we go out and do a mobile live. Oh, fuck yeah. I'm in for that. That'd be amazing. Oh, fuck yeah. Kev says sure I'll be there in 1,923 miles. All right, but you have till like 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. So 1, 2, 3, go. Actually, you know what's really funny? I'm pretty goddamn sure you'd find a way to get up here in that amount of time. So I'm not going to put that past you. With fireworks in the back of a fucking truck. Oh, by the way, don't do that to yourself. Hi. Jared says I'm camera guy potential. I wouldn't put it past you. Well, somebody's got to hold the camera. You know? I mean, I've got some experience too, but it's nice to hand it over to somebody else while I'm setting the fucking fireworks off. Because, goddammit, that's what I'm going to do. Sit back. You better, step back a little bit. Get a good shot. Get a good shot. Don't worry, I got it. Oh, sweet Jesus. Yeah, don't do that to yourself, Kev. See, yeah, but Kev's one of the type of people, he's like, Road Warrior's quite the clever name for you, good sir. Warrior, yes. I would not put it past you to get fucking anything done. So, I was only kidding. Relax. Easy, No, I'm more than happy to have you up here for sure. I mean, fuck yeah, but fuck. Yeah. Can you make it here by 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon? Yeah. Can you do it? I bet you he could. He'll find a fucking way. That's my point. We're not morons. We get things done. Oh, fuck. Well, I don't know, guys, in dollars. What do you think? Should I call it? Because I need to go chill the fuck out. Oh, the week's only halfway over. Well, actually, it's a little bit more than halfway for me. because it started. Oh fuck. Oh god, it's almost been 2 weeks since I've been flat out. Yeah, I gotta work all the way straight through the weekend. Fuck. Hopefully it's not as busy as it was last weekend. Holy shit. Fucking playoffs. Well, we gotta support our Canadian teams because of all this bullshit that's going on. Support Canada. We used to hate this team because we're Canadians, but still, I mean, but we love this team now because they're a Canadian team, and we gotta show up in droves. Excuse me, droves. And make the kitchen staff's lives miserable because, you know, we need our happy hour drinks and the game's on, and I hate the Oilers, but I'll watch the Oilers play because they're a Canadian team and they got to go through to the finals. And hi. Yeah, that's right. Mother's Day weekend. Yep. Oh yeah, I'm well aware. That's why I'm not looking forward to it. So I'll get my schedule on Sunday. Kev says, let's do it. Good night, great live. Thank you. Well, two-parter, but there's only so much I can do from this point. There's still drop rates, too. I'm looking at it. Fuck, man. Mother's Day weekend, so yeah. I get my schedule Sunday at the very latest. They've been posting it earlier lately, though, which is good. And I'm very thankful, because at least I know what to plan for coming up. I'll see what I have off next week. I'm not going to guarantee a live, but I'm at least going to throw a vlog up in there and, you know, let you guys in dollars know what the hell's going on. It was really good to see Brother Ted tonight, man. That was fucking... I'm sorry I lost him, because, fuck, YouTube being dumb. Really good to see him. Kev, you stay in touch with him, man. I'll sign into my Instagram. Maybe I'll follow him, too. I'll see if I can get a hold of him myself. Pink, too. I'm really surprised he didn't show up tonight, actually. Yeah, you all be well, all right? I'm going to try to do the same. I'm just trying to get my wits about me here. It's been a rough last few days, few nights, actually. So, working tomorrow. What's my schedule? I think the usual. So it's like, I'm closing tomorrow. I don't close Friday, Saturday, but I close Sunday and Monday, because usually Thursdays and Mondays are my closes permanently, for sure. Which is fine, which is good, because I can get a lot of stuff done. I'll see what's happening. So when I get my schedule, I'll let y'all know what's happening coming up. So yeah, that's where I'll leave it. Yeah, it was great to hang out with all you guys. You know, really was. And dollars, of course. Jared says, night, Ty. Night to you guys, too. Let us know, because nice weather is coming soon. That's true. Yep. I've seen the weather. I'm going, okay. I'll probably have to work straight through the fucking motherfucker, but yeah, I'll let you know. I'll let you know what's happening. You too, Kev. As soon as I know my schedule, you guys in dollars will know, for sure. I'll send you guys some messages. Keep you in the know. I have to get a hold of Tone there, too, let him know at the same time. So we'll see what happens coming up. Wish me luck, as I wish you luck. I wish you all well. God bless you. I love you. Thank you for not being fucking morons. I really appreciate that. You have no idea how much. Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing this right now. Sending a lot of love, a lot of respect to Brother Ted, for sure. Really good to see you and talk to you tonight. And all my best to you and the missus, if you're watching this back. Just thoughts and prayers for everybody. You know, positivity, some better luck ahead. Jared says our weekend starts tomorrow night. Oh, that's right. That's right. Nice. Well, you guys in dollars enjoy that, for sure. Much love to all of you. All of you. No, I love you all. I'll let you know what's happening coming up, okay? Be well, be safe, and steer clear of idiots as much as you can. I know we're surrounded, but be nice to everybody. You know, be nice to yourselves. I gotta learn how to do that too. And get some rest. I promise I'll do the same. Okay? Ciao for now. Some of my favorite people on this planet. No, I love doing this. This helps me feel better too. It helps me sleep better at night. So, be well. God bless you all, and I love you. Y'all take care. Okay.